Hello, guys. We're talking today about Hunt versus Gallen and the possible match between Gallen and Whittaker. And man, I watched the fight live. We did a fight companion, and then I watched it again just to see the fight again. It was sad for me. I'm happy for Gallen. I've got nothing against him, but obviously I have a soft spot for Mark Hunt. Having always been around him in one way or another, even at a distance. So yeah, I know Mark personally. I was going for Mark, but Gallen did a fantastic job and he's a legitimate tough guy. What do you think of the fight?
No, it was a good fight.
He's got a chin on him, dude.
Yeah, he does. In Gallen, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, man, he's a tough guy.
Absolutely.
He's been on the highest stage and highest platform of rugby league. You knew he's a tough guy. He's taken it very serious.
And he's not some celebrity boxer.
No. He's an athlete, but he's taken it very seriously. I mean, he's dedicated his life now to boxing. And even when he was playing rugby league and he was training, he was, dedication. He wasn't just going in for 1 or 2 days a week, and that he was really dedicated to it. I think
everything I've heard about Gallen is that he's very, very hard trainer.
Yeah. I think he works very hard at everything he does, and that was how his football career was as well. Do you know what I mean? He was a very hard worker on the field. So that same thing. I love Mark Hunt, a big fan of him. I thought he might, if he couldn't get Gallen out of there, if he couldn't knock Gallen out, I thought Gallen's work rate would be a little bit too much
yeah, you
for
said
him.
that.
Yeah, so that's how I thought it would go, and I think
and it went that way.
That's the way it went. And man, he had to eat some punches for that win, but
yeah.
So
he really was proved another level.
Yep.
What do you think about the Whittaker call-out?
Yeah, that was very interesting. So we know one thing.
Well,
Gallen's a big GrangeTV fan, so we know that. But yes, I don't know. But the way Gallen said it, it's nearly like he took it very personal, didn't he?
I didn't hear it because I was watching.
Oh, okay. So he added that Rob said that I wouldn't fight him, and then he had a big smirk on his face, which I think everyone when that was made, that comment was made, we were all, having a laugh about everything. So I don't think it was anything personal towards Gallen. Interesting, but for me, it's a smart.
Is that fight going to be made?
No.
You don't think it'll be made?
I don't think would the UFC allow it.
The UFC will allow it.
They'll allow it?
Yeah.
Well, it could be
but
made.
They'll take a cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the UFC will allow it.
Okay. Well, it could be made then. Then it's up to the promotions, No Limit Boxing, whether they can come up with the dollars, because it's going to have to be big dollars to make that fight, I feel.
Let's say it can be made because there's the money there. What do you think? First of all,
I know Gallen.
I think it can be made.
Yeah, I know Gallen thinks he has a very good game plan to be able to beat Rob.
Right.
So, and
did he tell you that personally, or
no?
You can share?
No, he said that even in the interview, that he thinks he has the game plan to be able to beat Robert Whittaker. What his game plan would be, I don't think it would be a mystery to anyone. He would like to get him up against the ropes, press him up, and dirty box him.
Do you think he can do that to Rob?
Man, it's possible. It's possible.
I think this. I think Gallen is a legitimate tough guy.
Yep.
Legitimate tough guy. Can take a shot. And with the bigger gloves, I don't know that Rob's going to be able to put him away necessarily.
That's the thing.
That's the first thing. I don't see Rob tiring.
I don't see him
like the way that thing I did. I don't think holding Rob up against maybe working him into a corner, he might be able to do. But I don't know that he can do that because Rob's very fast on his feet and hits hard himself. And then I don't know, and I say this one for free, I'm not involved, I don't work with Rob or anything, but I don't know what the stipulations are going to be in the negotiations, because I don't know if they're going to say, okay, we're just going to fight a heavyweight. I'd find that kind of silly. I think that they'd ask for a catch weight, right? And the right amount of rounds, right? And I don't know how many rounds Rob would be able to fight from a sanctioning perspective, seeing that he's never had even an amateur boxing fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so the sanctioning...
It'd be something similar to the 6 trees.
Right? So I don't know who that benefits, because I think they're both very fit.
Yeah.
And I think that Gallen's got much more ring experience than Rob. But I think that Rob is much bigger than people think he is, and probably even bigger than Gallen thinks Rob is, right? And if Rob and his team stipulate a catch weight, I think that would be in Rob's benefit and not in Gallen's.
Yeah, but I can't see Gallen making anything under 100 kilos.
Yeah,
He's just where's
he would if the money's right. He would if the money's right.
He's a cinder block of a human being.
Oh, he's a monster. He's a monster. But that's what I'm saying. That's not me saying something bad about Gallen. That's just me saying out of respect for Gallen, I'd be doing everything I could to make things in my advantage. I don't think that it will be as simple as Rob just walking in there and beating up Gallen. I don't think so. But I think that they would have to stipulate certain things like a weight. They would have to stipulate the weight. I think would be a big one, and make it as uncomfortable from the get-go for Gallen as they possibly can. That would be my thing, because if you let Gallen have all his way, he's dangerous, dude. He's big and he's strong and he's got a fucking chin and he's got experience in boxing.
He's got experience, He's improving, man. He's also improving. I mean, He's training very hard, and that, man, if they could make that fight, that would be one of the biggest fights in Australian combat history. Like in boxing, 100%. It would be huge.
Huge.
How well No Limit and the Rose Boys are doing with Australian boxing at the moment, mate, it's massive. They've taken it to a new platform, so they're doing a great job there. And if anyone can make it happen, it's probably them guys.
I think, I'd like to see it. I would like to see it.
Yeah.
I honestly, I do think, no disrespect to Gallen, I don't want him to hit me with a brick when I'm having a coffee in Cronulla. I think Rob beats him. I think Rob beats him because Rob still hits super hard. I've seen Rob box as well. Rob still hits super hard. He's super fit. He's not going to gas out. Yep. He's not going to gas out. You're not going to wear him out and gas him out. They would know, Rob's corner would know that Gallen has to corner him into the corner to be able to work him. In the open ring, speed for speed, Rob's too quick. Way too quick. You know what I mean? Like, if Gallen can't get in, Rob's going to hit him and move.
I feel like that would also be the game plan, do you know what I mean, on Rob's behalf, that he would have to stay to that outside, stick him. Then when Gallen does come into that range, he would have to tie him up and the ref would break it back up, give him back that distance.
And this is the other thing as well, though. In the tie-up, it might not go the way Gallen wants it to go.
Oh, no, it wouldn't.
Because Rob's super strong,
and
he can fucking wrestle and grapple, and he's been at a high level, with guys like Romero and whatnot in fights that, thing. But I do believe that Gallen is super, super tough with a super good chin, and his footwork and his knowledge of boxing is very good.
Yeah.
Very good. I think and he knows how to play the boxing game.
Yes,
and now he's had 10 fights, 12 fights, something like that. He's had 10 fights in boxing, in pro boxing. That's over a long period of time.
Yeah.
So it's given him plenty of time to spar with different people and work with different people. And, he's also got the finances behind him to be able to train with whoever he wants.
Yeah.
So, that's something that he's had the ability to be able to do. He's trained with whoever he wants and whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be easy. Having said that, I don't know because if Rob's a champion in the UFC, they're not going to let him fight.
Yeah. And that's his ultimate goal, isn't it?
No, but he can take a fight if he's not the champion.
Yep. Okay.
Right. But if he is the champion, and I don't know this, I don't know the ins and outs of Rob's contract, but I've looked at different contracts like that. But yeah, the champions can't fight. But the guys that aren't generally can. But the UFC is going to take a chunk. But I do believe, like you said, that it'll make a lot of money here in Australia.
It would make a lot of money. It'd be a huge pay-per-view. They'd sell out a huge stadium again. I feel like even though that was Tim Tszju's night and he was the main card, the big show that everyone wanted to see was Mark Hunt and Gallen.
Yes.
I really feel. So I feel that Gallen versus Whittaker, that would be the main fight on the card. And then again, we would have an awesome lineup of up and coming Australian boxers to pack out the card.
It'd sell crazy. Have Justice Hooney on it. Have like a whole bunch of guys on there.
Yeah, it'd be great.
It'd be a great night. Jaya Patea.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah,
You know,
man, Australia's boxing is in a good place.
you know. So yeah, I think for Australian boxing, for Australian MMA, for whatever, it'd be great.
Yep.
Gun to your head, who wins
Rob.
and how?
Decision. I don't think he'd be able to stop Gallen in the 6 rounds with the bigger gloves. I don't think he'd be able to.
I don't
Gallen's
think
just
he'd
too
stop
tough.
Gallen.
Yep.
Yeah, and Gallen's super tough, great.
And that's not like. Do you know what I mean? If Mark Hunt can't put you away, like with his power.
But in fairness, Mark doesn't have the cardio that Rob would have. Mark's not at the same age bracket as Rob.
That's the other thing.
Rob's at the peak of his career.
Yeah.
Had you fought Mark, 2004 or something, you know what I mean? Like, with a big difference, big difference. But man, credit to Gallen. I'm super impressed with him, and I think he's doing great things for himself in boxing, but I think he's doing great things for Australian boxing.
I think so as well.
No, the more eyes you can get on it, the better. And so, yeah, that's my pick. I don't think it'll be an easy night for Rob, but I think that Rob was a little too quick, and the rest, like you said.
Yep.
Guys, let us know what you think, and let us know who you pick, and let us know if you think it'll happen. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Thank you so much, guys.